2, 1, we are back and welcome to the Pon Pod, where we ponder all sorts of things. What have you been pondering this week? Hold that thought. We're pondering chess. Go ahead.
You should be pondering my tan.
Your tan.
I just topped it up today. The fruit leather glaze.
I love it.
You remember that tan?
Yes, I do. And if you haven't seen our top celebrity tan episode, make sure to watch it. I'll put the link in the comment.
Thank you very much. I'm not here to ponder anymore, by the way. I think we should change the name of our channel. We ain't pondering no more.
Okay.
I'm here to make statements. Affirmatives. Definitive affirmative statements. Let me just... It'll be music to your ears. I'm just going to cut right to the chase. For the first time ever.
Yes.
Watch me. Listen. Hear me. Showgirls is the ultimate movie.
Okay.
I need to say no more.
Just make your move. Showgirls is the ultimate movie, is what you're saying. Okay.
You never saw that
now,
coming.
listen. Let's backtrack here a little bit. Give me the tail of the tape first of all on Showgirls.
Showgirls is a masterpiece that swept the Razzies in 1995, unfairly, in my opinion.
Swept the Razzies unfairly.
Excuse me. Directed by Paul Verhoeven. Okay, critically acclaimed director of such masterpieces like
RoboCop.
Exactly.
Starship Troopers.
Thank you. A great movie, by the way.
Shout out Boris Iris and Casper Van Dien.
Great acting performance by Casper Van Dien.
Great jawline.
Great jawline. And, of course, my favorite erotic thriller. Not erotic film, because Showgirls is my favorite erotic film.
Fine.
Showgirls is my favorite film, period.
Ultimately.
But my favorite erotic thriller, Basic Instinct.
Classic.
Which came out 3 years before.
Right.
Which kind of paired that kind of super team of Paul Verhoeven, the director, and Joe Esterhazy, that very kind of controversial scriptwriter. Okay, who wrote, kind of on the fringes type.
Like B movies.
Well, I mean, he wrote racy stuff.
Okay, fine.
Okay, that was heavy on nudity and violence. Okay, and really pushed the envelope. On the fringes of X certificates and so on and so forth. Okay, and in '95, a great year of film that I would like to say spawned such masterpieces as Heat.
Amazing. Shout out Val Kilmer. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Christopher Hairless. Casino.
Yes.
Crimson Tide,
Amazing.
which we discussed recently.
Yeah.
7, which we discussed recently.
Absolutely.
12 Monkeys.
We should just do a 1995 episode.
We should just do a 1995 episode. The draft lottery. The 1995 draft lottery. Okay. But, which absurdly nominated Babe and Sense and Sensibility in Best Picture, but which awarded the Razzie for Worst Picture to Showgirls.
Unbelievable.
Okay, and it was in that year, forever thereafter, that I renounced the Academy Awards.
Smart man.
Okay, and instead I embraced the Razzies as the true forum for filmmaking masterpieces.
Okay.
All right.
Now, let me ask you this.
I think that was a strong start.
Let me ask you this. Very good move. Bratislava in that move.
Exactly.
Anyway, let me ask you this. So I want to know why you think this film is the ultimate. Now I know when it first came out, it was a major flop.
Yes, it was.
And since then, looking back on it retrospectively, hindsight, people are starting to enjoy it. It's got a bit of a cult following.
Yes.
You loved it from the start.
I loved it from the start.
All right. So give me one reason. I'll give you 5 reasons. You can tell me.
Okay.
Number 1. Why is it the ultimate film? Give me a reason.
Okay, I will start with the most important reason. Okay, it is the ultimate kind of feminist allegory.
Wait a minute. Feminist?
Yes.
It's about strippers. Okay?
First of all, know your woke language, my friend. Exotic dancers.
Fine, exotic dancers.
Strippers.
Being objectified by men. Yes. Being objectified constantly, up on the stage, nudity, this and that. The male gaze in full force.
There's no male gaze, and
no male gaze.
There are no male gaze.
No gaze, just the male gaze.
Oh, that gaze. Oh, I see. Okay, right. Okay, that's interesting that you view it that way. I view it very differently.
Fine.
I view it through a very different prism.
Tell us about it.
Okay, because the story is about a girl who comes from nothing, who comes from nowhere. She's essentially nameless. Okay, who arrives in Vegas penniless and wants to ascend the ladder in the entertainment, in the showgirl industry.
Right.
Okay? Which is, and the showgirl industry is born in Vegas, essentially, right? And actually what you discover is that this woman is full of determination, raw anger, street smart, ambition, okay, and actually takes no prisoners and kicks ass.
Right.
Okay, actually throughout the film. Now, I think people view it through the prism of...
there's a lot of prisms happening here. Okay, go on.
Of the Vegas sleaze. But in fact, okay, it is championing feminism, okay, in a very, very unique and nuanced and novel way that I haven't seen before, in fact.
You know what they call that?
Tell me.
The female gaze.
Ah, yes, exactly. Okay.
Make your move. Okay, point
Otherwise
one.
known as a lesbian.
No,
Okay.
it's not gays, it's gays. Anyway, with a Z.
Oh, G-Z-E. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. Is that my move?
Yes, it's your move. Now, okay, fine. Point one, well made. I'll give you that.
You like that point?
Not bad. Second point.
Okay.
Why is it the ultimate film?
The second reason I think it's the ultimate film.
Have you made your move?
Yes, I did. I just moved this one back, okay? Okay, I'm playing the long game, all right?
All right, fine.
Okay.
We don't have
I'm
long
playing
time.
the long game.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, the second reason why Showgirls is the ultimate film is because I consider it to be the ultimate Vegas film.
Because the ultimate Vegas.
Big controversial statement.
Yes. The Hangover, hello.
Go on, give me some other nominees.
Casino.
Okay.
Rain
Rain Man.
Man, fine.
Honeymoon in Vegas.
Great one.
Great movie with James
Viva
Gunn.
Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas.
Elvis. Okay, fine. But you're saying this, it can't be better than The Hangover. That's the ultimate Vegas movie for me.
Okay.
I mean, Casino, fine, sure, that too.
Okay.
But tell me,
Okay. First of all,
how is this better?
I will tell you. Because what this film does... Oh, we've got Leaving Las Vegas, another great one. Okay,
True.
What this does is it presents Vegas from a very, very different perspective to those other films.
Not a prism this time.
No, it's not a prism. Or a gaze, for that matter. Okay, it's a perspective.
Okay, very good.
It's a different perspective.
Okay, go ahead.
The underbelly of Vegas.
Okay,
the Vegas subculture.
Fine.
Okay, not just the glitz and the glam and the casinos and the shows, but actually the slums of Vegas. Okay, the very, very toxic subculture dominated by.
And why is that the ultimate Vegas film?
Well, hold on. Okay.
Dominated
Dominated by sleazy casino hosts. Okay, pimps, aspiring dancers. Okay, and I think it captures it in all its beauty and all its decadence at the same time. Whereas I believe that The Hangover presents Vegas
as a fantasy land.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I think Casino...
To a same.
Well, Casino is obviously a kind of a dark film.
Right.
And I think everyone eventually gets their comeuppance. But it is also very kind of glitzy and glamorous throughout, right?
Okay, fine.
So I like the fact that Vegas
It's
is
a
actually
more
depicted...
complete
Yeah.
vision and portrayal of Vegas.
Correct.
The Vegas gaze. All right, very good.
The Vegas gaze.
Can you play your move? Okay, fine. Okay, oh my days. All right, so second point, I'll give it to you. A complete visualization and portrayal of Vegas. Not just the glitz and the glam, but also the dirty underbelly.
Correct.
Both sides.
Correct.
Not just one. Very good. Okay, that's your second point. What's your third?
My third point is... whether intentional or otherwise, it is one of the funniest films I have ever seen.
Okay, how
It
so?
is one of the funniest films I've ever seen. Now, I understand that it was... it's sort of been perceived now as an unintentional comedy.
Yes.
Okay? And I think Verhoeven and Esterhazy have tried to reappraise it and as a satire that people didn't quite get and that it was actually supposed to be a comedy. I don't actually believe them. But Elizabeth Berkley,
yes,
who plays the protagonist,
yes,
in her... Let me also make this point. This film should have done for Elizabeth Berkley what Die Hard did for Bruce Willis.
How so?
To the extent that she was an unknown kind of
Right.
TV actress
Sure.
from Saved by the Bell,
Sure.
the same way that Bruce Willis was this more well-known, but still a comic actor who kind of got cast against type in Die Hard in the same way that Elizabeth Berkley got cast
But she was
against
a goody-goody in Saved by the Bell.
Big-time goody-goody.
Yeah.
Right? And they you know, they kind of just, they cast her and they dialed the volume up to 10, and they had her play this kind of out of her mind, eccentric, all over the place.
I'm sure a lot of you know about that jacuzzi sex scene. I mean,
one of my favorite scenes of all time, by the way. And I have to say that...
I mean, it's so over the top, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's what's so good about it. I mean, it's actually hot and racy, okay?
And it's also, like, psychotic and mental.
Exactly, that's what's so good about it. You don't see the nuance.
We don't need to know about your private life, young man.
Listen, let me just say this. Just take that sex scene, that very famous sex scene, okay? If nothing else, it is one of the most rewatch sex scenes. It's one of the most famous sex scenes of all time. In fact, let's think about that. Is there a more famous sex scene ever?
I'm sure there are plenty.
Well, but that's one of the most famous.
I guess.
So, unintentionally speaking, Showgirls has authored the most famous sex scene of all time.
Fine.
Kudos to Showgirls, okay?
Kudos.
Now, Elizabeth Berkley's performance is...
Hold on.
Yes.
Comedic genius.
Yes, okay. She is strutting her way through this motion picture, okay, with the ferocity and the anger of like some caged lion.
Okay, but that's not comedy.
It is so hilariously delivered, okay? Like when she pulls a knife on like the joyrider who robs her, okay?
Yeah.
Or when she like spits in Carl McLachlan's face at one point towards the end of the scene. Or, let me just say this, in the... I would say the penultimate scene of the film, okay, when she delivers the ultimate comeuppance to the rock star, okay, who ended up, I don't know if you can say this on tape or not, but who ends up raping her best friend, okay?
But don't say that.
And she enters his hotel suite under the guise of a seduction, okay, but unleashes the most badass Chuck Norris style karate kicking, okay, I mean, what's it called, blade wielding assault, okay, which is also rubber stamping the feminist message of the film, okay? She has overcome all the males who throughout this picture have tried to put her down, who have tried to dominate her, okay? And she is traversing the Vegas rodeo, if you like, this Vegas narrative, with her pride intact at the end, okay? She has come out. There is salvation at the end of the story. Do you understand?
Hold on.
Unlike many Vegas stories, which
I don't know how this is all funny. So you're just saying she's a funny feminist now.
She's a funny feminist.
Very good.
I'm sorry. All right. So, okay. When she dances...
I need to rein you in a little bit.
Okay. There are other great performances. Robert Davi.
Hold on.
Funny performances.
You're getting carried away. I get it. You love this film.
I love this film.
We understand.
Yeah.
All right. So, we've gone through female empowerment. We've gone through both sides of Vegas.
Yes.
We've gone through comedy, but I don't know how that turned into like a violent feminist kicking ass everywhere she goes. But okay, fine. What's your fourth point, which you just touched on there? Make your move.
I touched on it there? What?
You said something about casting or something.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay. Something that I think is not well done and that has been lost, okay, in the last few decades, and I've referenced this point with some of the Scorsese's most recent work, like The Irishman. Okay,
classic.
I hate it when you've got a film that is exciting and, dare I say, titillating, and the casting is all wrong.
Right.
Okay? So what I like about Showgirls is that here you have a film smack in the middle of the 90s.
Yes.
Okay? Vegas Showgirls. How are you going to cast it? And I love the fact that you cast it so well.
Go on.
Gina Gershon, one of the most beautiful and sexiest and most sultry actresses, as the kind of the female villainess.
Yes.
Okay, that the Elizabeth Berkley character is at odds with and has to kind of usurp.
The yin to her yang.
The yin to her yang. Great casting.
Yes.
Right? As the goddess of Vegas. Okay. Carl McLachlan.
Yes.
Of Twin Peaks fame.
Great wooden actor.
But great, by the way, great curtains. The haircut, okay?
Yes.
He's
I'm going for it,
The curtains, okay?
Yeah.
The jet black soot curtains, okay? So well cast as this despicably sleazy
kind
of casino and nightclub promoter.
Yes.
Okay? And he was on the receiving end of that most wonderful of sex scenes, by the way. I don't know how he got out alive.
Okay.
2. Robert Davi.
I mean, what film is he not in?
And a great Fox correspondent, always espousing Trumpism these days, by the way, if you haven't noticed. Okay?
No.
So Robert Davi, one of the great Bond villains of all time.
And not related to Agent Johnson.
No, he's not.
Okay, very good.
But he's special.
Okay.
All right. Robert Davi playing the kind of the sleazy...
As he always does. Does he play any other role?
Okay, yeah, exactly. The sleazy, low-level casino manager. So in stark contrast... Exactly. Well, but he runs the cheetah.
Okay, fine.
Right, he runs the cheetah. Okay. So instead of the Stardust, which Carl McLachlan runs... Robert Davi runs the cheetah, okay? So it's really a nice kind of juxtaposition of the guy who runs the kind of the premium gin joint in Vegas and the one who runs the kind of bottom feeder one. Okay, very, very well
Both
cast.
sides of Vegas, as you said.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're saying it's well cast. Can I just say something to that end? If it was so well cast, how come Elizabeth Berkley didn't get into any other thing? How come her career didn't flourish after that? Okay. You don't have to answer.
Well, I'm going to answer. I can answer that. Because it's actually not a great, as I said to you, it's not actually a great acting performance. It is retrospectively speaking a very funny acting performance, which is the reason it has now developed a cult following. Okay. And I'm not praising it in 2025. Okay. So it's not a great acting performance, and it verges on the ludicrous. But you know that expression, "so good it's bad."
Right.
It falls under that category.
Okay. So far you've said female empowerment. I'll give you that one.
Thank you.
Most complete Vegas film.
Yes.
I'll give you that one.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
You said best comedy, but I would say unintentional comedy.
Yes, unintentional comedy.
Fine. 50-50 on that one. Good casting, no. I can't give you that.
You can't give me that?
Because her career went nowhere.
Okay, all right.
Okay? Now, you've got one more. Give me one more reason why this is the ultimate.
I will tell you. I will tell you.
And you're not playing, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm just
okay, very
it's
good.
It's called backtracking.
Okay, go on.
Oof, God, smart.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. What do you want from any great film? What do you look for?
To be entertained.
All right. To be entertained, right? It delivers. But for me, right, I don't know about you, and I don't know about our audiences out there.
Yeah.
Okay? Palace Hunter. I would like Palace Hunter's feedback on this.
Please
For
do.
me, it's rewatchability.
Right.
Okay? That's what I look for in films, right? So I'm not interested so much, and that's why I've renounced the Academy Awards, by the way, and they should take note.
Take note.
Okay? If I look at
Right.
and I promise you this, okay? If you look at films that were nominated for the Academy Award and films that were nominated for the Razzies, okay? The best pictures and the worst pictures.
Sure.
I'm telling you here, 20 years on, 25 years on, there is far more rewatchability from the films that were denigrated and maligned and that, what's it called, occupied the Razzie nominations, much more so than the ones that are you know,
celebrated,
that are pompous and that are celebrated by the Academy. And you know what? We've talked about this before. The Academy always likes to nominate films about how do I say it? About morose subject matters, right? Or true stories, or art house films.
Yes.
Okay, films that you'll see once and appreciate as for their art, no doubt.
Yeah.
But will have forgotten about almost certainly within like a week, right? Showgirls is a film I defy anyone to say that they wouldn't be able to keep watching year after year after year, alone or with their friends. And I think for that reason, okay, it deserves really, really special recognition amongst, you know, movie fans.
Right.
Okay? And I think rewatchability is a key component about how we should appraise films.
Fair enough.
And I would like to say that point as well, which is that the one thing I gave the Academy tremendous credit for 2 years ago, they nominated in Best Picture, surprisingly, talk about going against type, Maverick, right? In Best Picture. Now, Maverick is such an outlier as a Best Picture nomination for obvious reasons. But why did they nominate it? Do you know why? I think because what I think has happened is that there is no correlation anymore between movies that win awards and box office.
Right.
There's a complete schism, which is not good for the movie industry. Once Upon a Time, Rain Man or Titanic were both Best Picture and the highest grossing film of the year. Now, you have movies that are Best Picture, no one turns up to see them. Which is terrible for the movie industry. No wonder it's dying.
You're getting a bit too intellectual for our channel.
Do you not think it's a good point?
Your points are valid. This is the problem. You can't make valid points.
I can't make valid points. Let me go back. Okay, so I would actually say if Showgirls was to be re-released in 2025, it should be nominated in the Best Picture category
because
next
of its
year.
Rewatchability.
So but also
rewatchability, your fifth point.
Yes.
Your fifth and final point. So ultimately, the gaze.
The gaze. Well done. That's very good. Yes. Okay. Or gaze squared.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
All right. Fine. So go on.
No. So I think I've made a compelling.
You have a compelling case.
A compelling
for
case.
Showgirls. Now, if you guys have watched Showgirls, very good. If you guys have watched Showgirls, tell us what you think. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you agree with him? Is it the ultimate film? Is it the funniest film? Is it about female empowerment? I don't know. But please comment.
Also, another thing.
Please subscribe.
Another thing. The actors, Elizabeth Berkley.
Yes, Berkley, shout out to you.
Absolutely.
Get in touch.
By the way, last season of Cobra Kai. Have you seen her?
No.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
By the way, where have you been, man?
Sorry.
All right. So Elizabeth Berkley, who has, who basically kind of, recused herself from acting really after this film almost. Okay, and has spoken in a very forthright manner on lots of TV shows about how this film experience and the backlash caused her a great deal of trauma. She has nothing to be embarrassed about. I think it's a great performance, a wonderful performance. She should have nothing to be embarrassed about. Okay, and Cal MacLachlan has distanced himself from this movie as well, saying that when it came out, he thought it was a horror show.
Oh, what are you doing, man?
You know what?
What are you doing?
You know what?
What?
An incredibly convincing performance as like a despicable, sleazy boss. I think you should be very proud of that performance, okay?
Everybody should be proud of this film. Everybody who's part of it, be proud of it.
Yes, and also, Paul Verhoeven and Joe Esterhazy.
Yes.
Okay? This like magical duo, this kind of supercharged tag team, okay? They kind of went into oblivion after this.
I mean...
And that was a loss for cinema.
We might have to make this episode a two-parter. You're obviously very passionate.
I'm very passionate. You see how much I'm sweating?
My God. All right. Yes, go on. Finish up, please.
No, I'm just saying, Joe Esterhazy and Paul Verhoeven, please come back. Please do a new movie together. Maybe the Showgirls... Actually, there is a Showgirls sequel.
And on that note, checkmate. Thank you very much.
God damn it, you see that coming.